Bara Avataranyaya, just to reduce the burden of the world to the world. Anne, others. Bhuva, of the world. Nabha, boat. Eva, life. Udado, on the sea. Siddhanta, agreed. Bhuri, extremely. Bharena, by the burden. Jataha, you are born. He, certainly. Atma Bhubha, by Brahma. Arthitaha, being prayed for. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki. Others say that the world's being overburdened like a boat at sea is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. So these are some series verses. Mother Kunti is mercifully giving us the cause of the causenness God. Because Krishna has no cause, but then he still comes to this world, so she is giving series of verses. I hope you all understood this. I'm going to, before I go to the purport, I want to just, if anybody has an understanding of what is burden, overburden in the material world. Why Mother Earth is feeling burden. So I don't have to do something that she will feel burden. Yes, Prabhu. She cannot tolerate the liars. Why somebody would lie? No, but if you go to the root,
Self-interest.
huh?
Self-interest.
Very good. Self-interest. The people lie or deceive or cheat because they identify the body as the self and they want to preserve their happiness. You follow? It's nothing wrong. Jivasya, Srila Prabhupada put, the soul can never give up the pleasure seeking by nature. If any philosophy tells you you should give up the enjoyment, spirit, they are doing harm to the soul. Jiva Sukhanesi, this is the line. Sukhanesi means pleasure seeking by nature is eternally with us. You follow? We should remain happy, it's nothing wrong. But identifying body as the self, mind as the self is the mistake. Self-interest is not bad. Nate vidu sarthagatim he Vishnu, Prahlad Maharaj says that. We should look for our self-interest. What we are doing here in the temple right now. We are looking for our interest also. Pleasing Krishna is our real interest. That's why we are here. So it's natural. But when you look for your interest for maintaining just the body, not the soul, then is a problem. Because next birth will become some animal, next birth will become some trees. You wonder how many grasses outside, more than these devotees here. The millions of grasses. How those grasses became? The soul degrades, thinking of material. If I think of a body of a girl or a boy and, thinking like that body, I go down to the grass or trees. These are the burdens. Another burden is, if I am a ruler, father of the country, my duty to bring them to Krishna consciousness. Instead, I'm abusing them, taxing them, or for my own enjoyment, happiness, and depriving them from eternal truth. What is the eternal truth? Three things. Krishna is the supreme eternal master. I am eternal servant. We have eternal relationship. Any philosophy that goes against it, if the ruler is not establishing this, they are actually harming or torturing the citizen. So these are called burden. So when we hear Mother Kunti Devi is giving very nicely, being burdened, overburdened, not only burdened, overburdened, like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved. That Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you. So Mother Bhumi Devi, she goes to Brahma to take shelter, and Brahmaji takes all the demigod, including her, to go to the milk ocean. This is what she is saying this. We have to, just a little key point, you should remember, she does not go to the Brahma in Brahma Loka. Otherwise, it confused me 20 years back, I remember. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that this is Bhurloka, yes? Below there is a 7 planet. Tal, Atal, Bital, Sutal, Talatal, Rasatal, Mahatal, Patal. These are the 7 planets. No sunlight goes, these are mostly for sense enjoyment. We went through, you don't have to think about going there. We already went through many times. All of us. Unless you are liberated, came from spiritual world. If you did not come from spiritual world, liberated, Krishna just sent you to deliver us, then you definitely went through those. Not one time, many times. And higher planet is Bhurloka, then above is Bhuvarloka, then Sargaloka, then Janaloka, Mahaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. These are the 7 planets higher. Satyaloka is Brahmaloka. But Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, she does not go to Satyaloka to meet Brahmaji. Brahmaji has an office. Where is? It's in the Bhumandal, the middle planetary system. Middle planetary system is divided by 7 islands. One island has a 9 Deepa. It's also, you can say, sub-island or something. And the middle island is Ilabriti Barsha. And this planet is one of those 9. Ilabriti Barsha has a beautiful mountain called Sumeru, 20,000 jojana below, 80,000 jojana above, total 100,000. Jojana means 8 miles, 1 jojana. And this is made of solid gold. If you really want gold, you should, anyway, that's not my class promoting gold. But Prabhupada did say that some Russians, they heard this news and they are flying around, they're thinking, where are these Sumeru mountains? It was very interesting. I don't know how Prabhupada got that information, but Prabhupada seems like he knew everything almost. Anyway, so on the top of that mountain, there is a 4 embassy of 4 principal demigods. Out of 33 million, 33 are the main. The 8, everybody knows 33 million demigods. We should have a whole picture, Bhagavatam. Mother Narayani already made a beautiful short version of entire Bhagavatam. You should buy that, and I have a few, I look at it once in a while. It gives like a whole glimpse of each chapter, each canto by chapter by chapter. So, 33 demigods are, who are those? Dadas Aditya, 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras. How many is there? Calculator. How many is there? Huh? Yeah? Okay. And then, who else can be, you think? Ashwini Kumar, there are 2. Good, you are hitting it. And what? How many is left? 33 is main principle. Then they have a millions, and the sub-million, they have like a whole category. I draw a map actually one time. It's very sweet. These 33, where they are under the one head principal demigod. What is his name? No. the king of the universe. Lord Shiva. You should remember, like Lord Shiva is actually appointed by the Lord to act like a king. When there is a decentralized government called material world, the Lord Shiva is in charge. Centralized government is Krishna, spiritual world. Prabhupada said they all have one idea, how to please Krishna all the time, everywhere, anywhere. Do you see this in Alachua? Maybe in the temple, outside you don't. So this is called decentralized. Lord Shiva is in charge. And actually he is higher position than Brahmaji, but even though he comes out of Brahma sometime, from his Brahmaji's anger, Lord Shiva comes out, we hear all this. But Shiva is the head. And then Brahmaji. Then there is a 4 main demigods. Varundev, Indradev, like this. They have their embassy in that office. And the middle beautiful lotus petal and Brahmaji sits there. This is his office, not his home. I don't know what time he comes to the office. You have to ask him. But when he comes, then this Mother Earth goes to the office. Because by the time if she goes to the home, by the time she comes back, whole creation will probably finish. So it makes sense. So it's a short visit and she gets the answer, and Brahmaji from there he goes to the milk ocean. There are 4 Vishnu planets in this universe, the permanent until the creation is over. One of them is milk ocean, Shirdakshay Vishnu. Another one is Lokaloka mountain on this planet. I mean not on this planet, on this Bhumandal, middle planetary. Lokaloka mountain, other side. If you are a worshipper of Narayan, Bhakta, you have to go there when you die here. You have to go there before you go to Vaikuntha. Okay. Now we are going to read the purport. I went too much on this translation. Yeah. Milk Ocean is the northeast corner. You have a campus? You can look at it. And you can start walking, maybe you meet some. No, that's above Satyaloka. It's not like a visible to awake, way.
So
walk.
When she approaches him in his office, then he goes up.
He has the ability to trance the whole group there, and he does not see the Lord face to face. Lord speaks through the rumble of the waves of the ocean, but it's made of milk. Not like that. It's an egg shell. So egg shape, and the the lotus stem that came out from the Lord, the whole universe is within, inside. It's not like outside. Like this planet, we are inside the Krishna's stomach. You can say you are outside. You remember the first prayers of Kunti Devi? Namashe Tuadde Purusha Prakriti Param. Alaksha Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bahir Avastitam. We should memorize those. Even the first verse he said, you are inside and outside. So we are inside Krishna's stomach right now. Also he is outside and we are also outside. It's a very mystical, I don't know. It's inconceivable. Huh? I want you to think. Yeah? These are Adityas. They are already within 12. What do you think? 8 Basus. I want you to also think. If I think, because if I tell you, you will not think. This is true. Okay, let's see the purport. Brahma, Prabhupada writes, or the first living being born just after the creation, is the direct son of Narayan, without mother. Narayan as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, first of all, entered the material universe without spiritual contact. Matter cannot create. This principle was followed from the very beginning of the creation. The Supreme Spirit entered the universe. The first living being, Brahma, was born on the lotus flower grown out of the transcendental abdomen of Vishnu. Vishnu is therefore known as Padmanabha. Padmanabha. Now, I like all those names, but if you read teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada is so merciful. He gave all these names has some pastimes. Why I am emphasizing, I mentioned other day also in the class, that always focus on the name that has a pastimes. Otherwise the name, if you are stuck, those are secondary name. They are also Krishna's name. But even Prabhupada writes in one purport, he said just by meditating on the Garbhodakshay Vishnu, you will not go to spiritual world. That scared me. Because Garbhodakshay Vishnu, we don't know his function in the spiritual world. We don't know Mohini Murti's function. What is the highest object of worshipable form in the material world? Female form. Parvati is the highest, and she worshipped with Shiva, who? Mohini. It is Krishna, but female form. But Prabhupada writes, there is no record that Mohini has any planet in the spiritual world. I remember many years back, when we were 8th Canto, Mahatma Prabhu gave class, and he was trying to find a logic. You know, how the demons got attracted by the Mohini, right? Easily, because she's extremely beautiful. Even Shiva got alluded. So then he made a heavy comment, very nice. I never forget this. He says, if God's form could be attracted to everybody, all this form, then it would be easy. But devotional sentiment is the key. This is the missing point. You follow? You can say Mohini can attract everybody, so we are all done. We don't need to Haribol chanting and come to Mangalarti, all this struggle, sitting in the class, sometimes doze off. I mean, generally in Alacho I don't see, but I was just talking to somebody. He happened to be, he's a Sannyas candidate in he's the president of Bombay Temple, Mira Road Temple. But he says, yeah, devotee goes to sleep like this. They didn't plan in the class, but they do. But it would be easy if Mohini was here and we all would be wake up. We would not probably fall asleep because she's so beautiful. But question is this, our relationship with the Lord is not by that attraction. It is by Jivera Surubhai, Krishnara, help me, Nitya Das. The service attitude. When you see the Mohini Murti, they don't think of serving her. They think of enjoying her. That is the biggest problem. You follow? Otherwise it would be easy. So, this universe is covered by how many layers? Huh? No. If you keep on guessing, you will get it. 8. Yeah, if you keep on 1, 2, 3. These are called Mahakalapuram. The last layer is Mahakalapuram, is where you have to really get out. And every soul that in this universe, this is what Mahavishnu does. He selects which soul is going to be in which universe. So cooperate and get along. I mean, you don't have a choice. You cannot get out. If you don't like me, just help me to be along with you. I like this. Prabhupada says in one very nice one lecture, he says, the temples are made. My purpose was not to build a temple in America. Very nice. Nice lecture Prabhupada says. My purpose was to make devotee. But when so many people came and they became devotee, they needed a place to practice. So that the idea of temple came. I like the way Prabhupada put it very nicely. Because we think like we need a temple. No, we need to make devotee, not temple, devotees. When those devotee needs a satsang place or, get together, practice, then you need temple. So then, in that logic, we can apply ourselves. That we are stuck in this universe. We cannot get out, whether we get along or not. So Prabhupada writes, we build a temple where you can practice how to get along. I think we do very well in Alacho, no? Be honest. I mean, I think we do very well. I mean, we don't have any bad feeling for each other or hate feeling. I hope not. No, but that's for sleeping and, but in the temple we are here, we look at everybody smiling each other, we like each other. But honestly, I think sometime, if there was no devotee, I came for Mangal Arati. I mean, like sometime when I come till 4:15 to 4:20, nobody is here generally. So for 20 minutes, I think like, if nobody ever comes, will I like it? I thought about it many times. Will I like it? No, I will not. Believe me. Those devotees that come to Mangal Arati is so important just for my own practice. So I pray to Krishna that to encourage and allow me to serve them so that I can progress by their mercy. I will. Because without the devotees, would it be nice, Mother Mulika, if you come alone in the temple, nobody is here, whole day, no deity dressing, or it's like, it would be really a horrible life. I want devotees association. I really seek. And those devotees are very merciful, in Alachua at least. So then Prabhupada writes, Lakshmi ji was present near Narayan, engaged in the service of the Lord. Still, without contact with Lakshmi, Narayan begat Brahma. That is the omnipotency of the Lord. This is very nice. What is omnipotency? We can immediately think. Omnipotency means Lord can create without help of any assistant. Vishal Prabhu said, there was one sannyasi, I won't say the name because he's a friend of mine too. He told Prabhupada in Miami, many years back, said, I feel like if I leave, the whole temple will collapse. Prabhupada said, oh, why you think like this? Well, I think, Prabhupada, I'm just holding it. Like everything I have to find some devotee to fill it up, do it. I'm just always so busy, I just don't have any time for anything else. Prabhupada said, so what is your idea? He said, I feel like to run away sometime, but if I go, I know the whole temple will collapse. I love the way Prabhupada answered. He said, do not ever think like this. If you think you lead, maybe somebody will come and do better job than you. Do not ever think. Be intelligent and take advantage to take the credit of serving the other devotees. This idea that, sometimes I think okay, if I don't come Mangal Arati, probably the gate will not open. I can think like this, but I don't allow it. But my mind do this. We should not think like this. We should rather think like how I can serve the devotees here, and they are given I should not say that, but twice in 1 year, the pujari to wake up or offer didn't show up. It was very nice. It was the blessing day in my life. Because I didn't know exactly how many sandesh Krishna Radha Shyam Sundar eats. I just found out the 4 sandesh they need because I had to make the plate. I generally don't do it. But that day, pujari didn't show up. And Mother Nitai also was late. So I was a little scared because the altar is nobody's here. So I just learned. But this is a rare opportunity. So I was thanking to Krishna and thanking to the devotee didn't show up because I could find out that how I could serve. We should take advantage of every opportunity in our spiritual life. I'm serious. Life is too short. I think sometime, any moment death can come. Then what? Hari Bol. I don't know the next life where I will be. It's scary. So we should take advantage of, our senior devotees like Mother Narayani, so many. They are so advanced, realized soul. I even feel shame to speak in front of her. I should rather hear. But Jayadatta Maharaj corrected me. He said, if you say something not aligned with Prabhupada, then I will be able to correct. So speak in front of me. So I think like this, okay, I will speak in front of her and him and others so they can correct me. Otherwise, where am I going to go? You know who gave this idea? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was crying when Bhakti Vinod Thakur left. And he's giving a reason. He's giving a reason why he's crying. It's not like, oh, you're missing, why? Oh, my mother died, I cried. You know what scared me? I made a list like why I was crying for my mother. It was not for her, it was for me. Because she used to cook for me, she used to doing so many things. She would put aside all the brother, sister, sibling, put me in the front, for if she made a sweet rice. So was I crying for her? No, I was crying for me. Poor Pran Govinda will be deprived for her, So that's not the good reason to cry for Prabhupada. That's not the good reason to cry for devotee. We should cry that actually how advanced those devotees were helping in their absence, who can help us, who can correct us, who can discipline us. Sometime, one devotee said, I won't say the name, he's in Alachua, I hope he's hearing. He said, I can't believe this. I was just chastised because I was trying to control this sound system here. I feel like to go away, I don't feel like. So I didn't say anything after Guru Puja. He said, can I talk to you? I said, sure. I said, Prabhu, you remember one day you told me you want to be, this is your goal. Some life you want to be maid servant of the maid servant of Radharani. And guess what? Prabhupada gave the Radharani's name, her name Mutka, is the same name of our president. And you cannot even tolerate this, and you want to be maid servant of the maid servant of Radharani. Where do you think this idea will come out? It will fall from the sky, or you're going to get training here. Do not complain. Be submissive. It's not, I know everybody don't like my behavior. I think so. I'm a human. But at the same time, I appreciate that they tolerate. You follow? These are very key point, very important point, that we should appreciate devotee. And correction, journey is where? Within. Journey is not outside, journey is within. Correction required, purification is required. Okay, let's see what Prabhupada said after that. Brahma is therefore directly the son of the father and was not put into the womb of a mother. Therefore he is known as Atmabhu. This Brahma is in charge of further creations in the universe. Secondarily, reflected by the potency of the omnipotent. Within the halo of the universe, there is a transcendental planet known as Satodip. Very nice. Which is the abode of Shirdakshay Vishnu. Did you read this purport or you just asked that question? You didn't read the purport. Very nice. Prabhupada is answering you. The Paramatma features of the Supreme Lord. Wherever there is a trouble in the universe that cannot be solved by the administrative demigods, they approach Brahmaji for solution. And if it is not to be solved even by the Brahmaji, then Brahmaji consults and prays to the Shirdakshay Vishnu for an incarnation and solution of the problem. Such a problem arose when Kamsa and others were ruling over the earth, and earth became too much overburdened by the misdeed of the Asuras. Brahmaji, along with other demigods, prayed at the shore of the Kshirodak ocean. They were advised of the descent of Krishna as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So some people say that the Lord appeared because the prayers of Brahmaji. See, Prabhupada didn't say, this is the fact. He says, some people say. It's interesting. Means there is a hidden reason. I remember recently I listened to a class. This is the one thing, it's very good. When you wake up, while you take a shower, just put on this box, Prabhupada's lecture. I learned this from Radhanath Maharaj because he does this. I was staying next to his room, and every day he does this. And in the Indian wall, it's like you don't have to try. It like sound comes automatically what's going on next door. So Maharaj's bathroom and my bathroom is like a common wall in the living room. So I hear so I asked Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, you put on Prabhupada like 2:30 in the morning. It's very nice, enlightening. He said, oh, did I disturb? I said, no, you are nourishing me. I said, good, I should do that. So he does this every day. He listens 2 to 4 lectures of Prabhupada every day. This is Radhanath Maharaj's lifestyle. So then, after one lecture I was listening, Prabhupada says, actually God does not need to come to protect the devotee or the demon. Because demon can be killed by anybody. Shiva can kill all the demons. Even though the sloka says, Parikranaya sadhunam vinasayata duskritam. That's true. But dharma samsthapanarthaya not possible by everybody. The eternal dharma they cannot. Material dharma they can. How to live in a harmonious in a house or you have a pati dharma, patni dharma, whatever all this dharma. But to revive love for the Lord has to be done by the Lord. You follow? So that's the secret. So in this case, I made a few questions. Because I always like learning. This computer is like a little bit funny. Okay. One piece after the pops. I asked this question that what causes God to appear? First of all, how do we ascertain the truth? You know why that question? Because my mind, I'm hearing it, but my mind doesn't accept everything. Hearing is one thing, but accepting is another thing. We have 5 steps to get success. And Prabhupada gives this in Nectar of Instruction. First is hearing, Sravan Dasa. Second, what is second? Apan Dasa. You have to accept. If you did not accept what Krishna says, I'm the source of everything. Okay, that's good. But did you accept it? If you don't accept it, then you cannot grow up with him. You want to grow up Krishna as your real, Lord of the heart, then you have to accept, second stage. Then apandasa, then you contemplate. You're going to do 2 things, selection, elimination. I like this idea. I want to focus on that. That's okay. God is self-sufficient. I don't know what I should think about. Okay, God is self-sufficient. I'm not self-sufficient. I'm hungry for prasadam. I'm hungry for this or whatever, So it's very difficult. And there is no relationship in that name. It is Krishna's name. So you don't have to focus on that. You can eliminate. I want to focus, like Mahaprabhu says, Jashodanandan. Wow. That's cool. Why? Because we see the fear and fearless. Is it there also in spiritual world? Sure. Mother Jashoda became fearless. Why? Because child is learning how to walk, from crawling to walk. There's a whole pastime. Crawling to walk. She's so happy. And she's thinking, now I don't have to worry so much. She's become fearless. That he can actually learn how to walk on his own. But then what he's doing, there's a 50 rooms in Mother Jashoda's house. There's a 50 rooms. Sanatana Goswami Pad gives. And each room, there is a threshold. And Krishna running, trying to run so fast and is failing. Every threshold, boom! Oh, Mother Jashoda, she said, I was fearless, now I am fearful. So fearless and fearful is also eternally in spiritual world. You read chapter 10, Bhagavad Gita, the text 4 and 5 together. Krishna is saying, these are in me, fearless and fearful. Bhayam, abhayam. Matta. He says, from me it is coming and it is in me. In spiritually, just like this one emotion, there's so many emotions. Main emotions are like what? Anger. Those are like predominate us. Fear. Fear of losing job, losing somebody dearly loved. These are prominent emotions. This is what spiritual world they nourish. We have to dive into it. This is what Nectar of Devotion is all about. The chapter 31 and chapter 43rd, Prabhupada gives a very elaborate explanation. You can read. So I'm going to give few just to elaborate. Why Krishna comes? What religion he wants to establish? The relationship. What do you get? Whatever you're carrying, it has a very sweet manifestation, relation in spiritual world. Like for an example, when Krishna killed Kamsa, actually Kamsa killed by himself. He saw the fearful form. Mrittu bhojopate. The verse says Mrittu bhojopate. He did not say Krishna, beautiful darling son of Mother Yashoda. He saw a most frightening form. Krishna just thought, Mother Madhumati gave a very nice lecture yesterday, that Devaki, what did Kamsa do with Devaki when he heard this aerial voice? You fool Kamsa, the eighth child, eighth son, or maybe eighth child of this lady will kill you. What did he do? He had a rein with his left hand, and right hand he has a chabuk. Chabuk means whipping stick or something you call. When you have a horse. He gave up both. He grabbed the hair of Devaki and pulled the sword out. He replaced with the... So Krishna remembers this, and he looked at Kamsa after killing Chanura. Balaram killed Mustika, and then Kamsa has 8 brothers. So Balaram gave an eye signal. I'm going to take care of the brothers, you take care of him. Like a team effort. So then Balaram disappeared to see in the back, and 8 brothers, they have thousands of, powerful, and they want to get ready. If something happened to Kamsa, we're going to just jump over. But they could not come out because they're dead by Balaram. It was very interesting. And Krishna just looked at Kamsa sitting up there in the Singhasan. And Krishna just thought, you wanted to kill my mother by left hand grabbing the hair and the sword, I'm going to kill you. Just that thought, a fearful form came. The verse says, Mallanam Ashinam Ninam Naravarasmara Murtiman. It's a long verse, beautiful, that all this rasa manifested. And the one line it says, Mrittu Bhujapate. Pate means the king of Bhuja dynasty. Who is that? Kamsa. Mrittu. He saw the fearful form and he's dead immediately. It was Krishna but not Krishna. Krishna that we think of Krishna was not that Krishna. But that form, frightening form, was with him. So that time, but still to show the world, he grabbed the hair of Kamsa and dragged him down in the stage. So everything is over, Krishna also got scared. How Krishna got scared? Siddham and some coward boys came with Nanda Baba. He said, hey Krishna, you think you are more powerful than you kill Kamsa? Look, I can kill you. Look, let's fight. And Krishna got scared. Oh my God, these boys will never understand. This is not Vrindavan. This is not a play of showing like, they defeat Krishna sometimes, but in Vrindavan. But Krishna doesn't want, and Krishna is like thinking, what to do. He was afraid that if these boys really try to play this. So Krishna manifested a kind of a very powerful form. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, right? Then I said, whoa, you are powerful. Okay, so they slow down, then Balaram diverted them. It was like a little tricky, because they are such a loving, they don't even think that Krishna can be more powerful. Like Kishore Krishna was explaining this Shaktaras, was so nicely. So then what happened? So Kamsa is dead, Krishna is coming out. After Krishna coming out, and that pastimes, then all these big Kamsa's followers are all looking around. They are not killed yet. They're thinking, is he really going to kill us or we are going to kill him? They just didn't know what to do. Then in the meantime, a big problem. So Uddhava came to Krishna. My Lord, Uddhava thought he knew Krishna. Nobody else knows as much he knew. But then he found out in Vrindavan that actually he did not know Krishna at all. But at that time he suggested Krishna, we need to have either you or some king, otherwise this is a mess because king is dead and nobody knows what to do. All the ministers are like demons. Krishna said, no problem. Where is Ugrasen? Oh, he's in jail. He just still handcuffed, like this. So no, tell him that he should come and take over the kingdom. And Ugrasen says, so many decades I'm in jail. I do not know, I'm so old. If you are a long time in jail, you depressed and all this. He said, I don't know how to rule. He said, grandfather, Krishna is a grandchild. Grandfather, look at in the sky. He looked at all 33 million demigod goddesses. See what they're doing? They're offering flowers to my feet. See? And he saw all the flower is coming from 33 million. I don't know, it's a beautiful scenery. and all are praying to Krishna. He said, guess what? They are all praying to me and offering flower to my lotus feet, and I'm touching your feet and offering flower to your feet. So what does that mean? You don't have to do anything. You just sit in the Singhasan and you're the king. Everything they will do it. Okay, I can do that. So instantly Krishna made him the king. Ugrasen Maharaj ki jai. And everybody says, okay, the king order that everybody has to abide by the law. We are going to have a meeting, so at least you have a new king. After this, I'm going to jump to other small pastime. I have a few minutes. Krishna came to meet Devaki and Vasudeva, right? Now there is also fear. The fear is, Krishna is expressing, this is in 3rd canto, Prabhupada explained, Uddhava. Uddhava is there with Krishna, and Uddhava sees Krishna Balaram is apologizing to Krishna, Devaki and Vasudeva. I give you the number, you can read it, it's so sweet, those pastimes. Anyway, so then what happened that Krishna, Uddhava is witnessing Krishna and Balaram apologizing. Oh, parents, I'm so sorry, we could not serve you when we were baby. We were afraid of Kamsa. And Uddhava is looking all these demon minister around, and Krishna is saying them that we were afraid of Kamsa. They are hearing, oh my God, he is still afraid, we can kill him. And Uddhava is thinking, no, my Lord, why are you speaking like this? He's so afraid. He's afraid and he knows that Krishna cannot be killed. So both were there simultaneously. Just like Mother Jashoda has. And Devaki, Vasudeva also feeling the same thing. I'm going to give you a little dialogue. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur put it. Because of the time, I'm just going to give you a beautiful dialogue how this is takes place. Because yesterday Madhumati gave you very nice. Although Krishna cannot be killed, this is Prabhupada's explanation from the purport. I put it into breakdown. You follow in the dialogue. This is 10.3.22 in case somebody is listening. Although Krishna cannot be killed, Prabhupada writes, Vasudeva, as the father of Krishna, was trembling because in affection he thought that Kamsa would immediately come and kill his son. Similarly, although the Krishna consciousness movement and Krishna are not different, no Asuras can check it. We are afraid. So Prabhupada is saying, even he was feeling fear, that at any moment Asuras can stop this movement in any part of the world. So you see, the Prabhupada also, sometimes think, otherwise why did he write? He expressed this. So it's normal when we are afraid also that, oh my bhakti, we should be afraid that our bhakti can be disturbed any moment by mind or demoniac nature. So this is the dialogue. Vasudeva and Krishna is having discussion. Vasudeva says, oh Lord of the Lord, would you say this to your son? So that there is awe and reverence predominating. He says, oh Lord of Lord, I am perplexing. Then Krishna says, Father, Baba, I am here. Why you are perplexed? Then Vasudeva says, although you are Bhagavan, cannot be killed, but I am nervous and I am trembling. And he is trembling. And Krishna is saying, Baba, I am here. Why you are trembling? He says, I am King Kim Kartabha Bhimura. I don't know what to do. So then Krishna says, Baba, Father, don't be like this. Then Vasudeva says, because in affection, I'm thinking Kamsa would come to know very soon that you are here through his spy. And immediately he will desire to kill you. And then Krishna says, wait Baba, he can never kill me. Try to understand this. But Vasudeva says, but Kamsa is uncivilized man, my dear. Lord, listen, I know you came as a son, but Kamsa already killed all of your 6 brothers. So I'm afraid. Then Krishna says, but Father, Baba, Kamsa will be overcome by the sweetness of my form, his beautiful form. You loved my form. Say, yes. Then he will also overcome, he will forget everything, kill him. He will just love me because of my beautiful form. But Vasudev Maharaj is still trembling. But I'm scared of the memory that what he did, he smashed the head of all your brothers right on this slab. He's talking and showing it. Krishna says, Father, Baba, Kamsa will overcome. Just listen to me. Vasudev says, I don't know. His heart is so dirty, he cannot taste this beautiful form. I see that beautiful form. I want to stare at it all the time. But he won't be able to. That's why I'm afraid. And I know he will try to kill you. So I don't know what to do. That time Krishna says, don't worry. What do you want to do? Oh, why don't you become a small child so I can hide you somewhere? Say, okay, I'll become a small child. And don't worry, you don't have to find the place. You take me to Nanda Maharaj's house. Okay, I'll do that. So you understand why the whole episode took place? The fear and not fear, both are there. When we have a fear, we should take shelter of Krishna more intensely. It is necessary. Krishna will create fear in devotee's life. Why? To become more closer to him. And that fear actually tasting. It is not the fear of this world. Because nobody dies. Vasudev Maharaj never dies. Even he took the child. This is a one verse, 3.2.17. You look at in the purport. Prabhupada give a very nice significance, I thought. That when Vasudev Maharaj was taking Krishna finally, I'm jumping to that story, and he's crossing the Jamuna, Krishna fell in the Jamuna. Why? Because Krishna is trying Vasudev Maharaj to come out of the fear. How? To become so intense absorbed. And he did there. He cried. He went devastated. Oh no, I don't see my son. Where? He's going in and out of the water. Just to intensify his affection. Because he can hold on to it. Those affection for Krishna eternally stays in our heart. We'll never lose it. This is what eternal body is made of. Satchidananda, that our body is made of bhava. It is not something somewhere else. And Prabhupada said, all this knowledge we are gathering, for what? In Nectar of Devotion, he says, so that it can turn into tears. And that becomes the extinguisher of material suffering. We have to learn how to cry. We really need to cry. You cry for your Guru, cry for Krishna, cry for Prabhupada, then it will turn into Krishna consciousness. It is necessary. Recently with Bhakti Charu Maharaj's Purnachandra Prabhu is here. So many devotees, at least I got call, even mother, anyway, I don't say the name. She called me in the middle of the night, next day, she's like, oh, and then her husband told me that they cannot stop crying. It's like such a devastation, from New York. And so I just listened, and then we talked. And I mentioned her that what is the value of Bhakti Charu Maharaj's presence if you did not miss him in his absence? Now is the time you crying, good, but why you crying? Ask yourself. Make a note. This is necessary. If we can cry for Prabhupada, we will cry for Krishna. If we cannot cry for Prabhupada what gift he has given, where is the chance to cry for Krishna? Difficult. Crying is required. Even, very funny, after Vasudev Maharaj came out of the Jamuna, finally Jamuna Devi opened the road and Krishna was there and he picked him up and then the road split, the Jamuna split, there is a nice road is built automatically, he could go. But as soon as he came out, Krishna was thinking how to benefit Kamsa's demoniac friend's nature. They all became a jackal, wolf. They, in this side, they started attacking Vasudev Maharaj with their sound. I don't know if you ever attacked by the wolf or... They're very scary. Hyenas, they're really scary. Hundreds of them. And Vasudev Maharaj is like, oh Narayan, how do I protect? I was like, all of a sudden Nishingadev appeared. Nishingadev lives in Mathura border to Vrindavan and he lives in Nishingapoli in Mayapur. And every day Mangalarti, Prabhupada writes, Mangalarti, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada says, Nishingadev comes to observe Mangalarti of Mahaprabhu. I love those. Mangalarti is such exciting. So there a roaring lion just popped. And all those fox and all disappear forever. That was Nishingadev. Nishingadev serves, all the incarnations serves Krishna like this. So I will end with this. So this is the purpose of Krishna's appearance. Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. Any reflection, question, comment, correction? No? Thank you. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Is there any on
No.
chat? No? Thank you.
Krishna Kishore Prabhu says very ecstatic class.
Thank you. Krishna Kishore Prabhu. Vancha kalpatarusya kripa sindhuvaicha patitana pavanavesha. Thank you for sitting. Can I give you this? Now you are liberated. In natural devotion it says, if you put on the garland, offered garland,